the United States has been taken advantage of for 40 years.
The Trump announcements talking about the Taiwanese $100 billion investment in U.S. chips.
$100 billion, incredible.
They are called TSMC. TSMC. Say that 10 times fast. TSMC.
TSMC
is investing $100 billion to expand chip manufacturing in the U.S.
Well, the products that TSMC makes are literally the most important products in the world. I mean, these advanced chips power everything. They power AI, they power your phone, they power your cars, and without them, the whole modern economy would stop, but they're not made in the United States. So for TSMC to move here is a huge, huge development. And
what amazes me is that, boy, this man can speak. We can
Like a leap that nobody would have really said was possible.
We can all agree on that. The Democrats and the liberals and whoever just doesn't like the Trump administration will come back and say they'll come up with something. But boy, you can say he can speak. He sure does not need a teleprompter. He can just speak and speak.
So I just want to thank you all for being here. If you want a couple of questions, ideally on this subject, yes.
The number of jobs that will be created. He said thousands, but
you're probably talking about 25,000 jobs.
Can speak and basically take on anyone who asks him a question, a tough question. Remember the whole thing with Harris where she got up and she was like, 32 days.
So 32 days. 32 days.
32 days. 32 days. And then the other thing with Biden, with this, where he was like, the end quote, end sentence, end quote here. It's like,
Majority writes, and I quote, women, it's a quote now from the majority, higher than the percentage of the men who do so, end of quote.
One thing, unless you are insane, you can agree is, boy, that man can speak. He doesn't need a teleprompter. He can just basically rattle away. And you may not like what he say. You may like what he says. But either way, he sure doesn't need a teleprompter. He's only been in office now for a little over a month. And he has people of other countries doing business deals and investing in the U.S. And he talked about the history about how this was where we as the U.S. had originally given this company money, and now they're investing in us. And he went on to talk about the tariffs.
Tariffs, 25% on Canada and 25% on Mexico, and that'll start. So they're going to have a tariff. So what they have to do is build their car plants, frankly, and other things in the United States, in which case they have no tariffs.
And how it's a tough thing to do, but we need to do it because we have had a long problem in this country of fentanyl and other issues coming into this country from the immigration crisis and just other countries not wanting to assist us in helping the security of the nation.
On the tariffs, is there any room left for Canada and Mexico to make a deal before midnight? And should we expect those Chinese tariffs, the extra 10%, to take effect tomorrow?
No room left for Mexico or for Canada. No, the tariffs, they're all set. They go into effect tomorrow. Vast amounts of fentanyl have poured into our country from Mexico. And as you know, also from China, where it goes to Mexico.
Also, the more, unfortunately, that we do not build ourselves up internally in the United States, the more weak and susceptible we become to another country cutting us off, which is these hard questions that he did not shy away from. The reporters were asking him, well, what do we do in the event, China cuts us off or something like that? And he did not shy away from that question.
Could this minimize the impact to the U.S. with chips should China decide to isolate Taiwan or China decide to take Taiwan?
Well, it's a very interesting point. It's a great question, actually, but this would certainly, I can't say minimize. That would be a catastrophic event, obviously, but it will at least give us a position where we have, in this very, very important business, we would have a very big part of it in the United States. So it would have a big impact if something should happen with Taiwan.
I was overall very, very, very impressed with the, I guess you would call it, announcement or getting in front of everyone and just speaking and not hiding the way the previous administration did. And they keep asking him this question, how do you feel that basically Putin likes you?
Concerning to Americans?
Said what?
Should that be concerning to Americans?
Read the statement.
That Russia says that your administration's foreign policy is, quote, largely in line with their vision.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think it takes two to tango, and you're going to have to make a deal with Russia, and you're going to have to make a deal with Ukraine.
Or something like that. It's like, in order to have world peace and avoid, terrible things that can happen when you have, all these powerful countries that have all these very capable, things that go boom today, and we would like to avoid that, we have to get along to a certain extent.
You're going to have the assent, and you're going to have the consent from the European nations, because I think that's important, and from us. I think everybody has to get into a room, so to speak, and we have to make a deal.
And they keep hitting him with these questions of, how do you feel that people are saying Putin likes you?
And the deal can be made very fast. It should not be that hard a deal to make. It can be made very fast. Now, maybe...
Or you're getting along with him, or you're like his sidekick or whatever, and it's not about that. He used a phrase in others, it takes two to tango. Well, we all have to tango together so that we can avoid the going boom part. No one...
And then they say how close I am to Russia. And let me tell you, we have to make a deal, because there are a lot of people being killed that shouldn't be killed. But remember, Trump gave them nothing, and the other presidents gave them a lot. They gave them everything.
Wants the going boom part. So again, people really need to get off that. They need to get off the thing of like, how do you feel that like people are saying Putin likes you? It's like, well, you know what? In a world where everyone has gone mad and all the really, really harsh leaders of the world all somehow are sitting on the floor singing Kumbaya, that would be a good thing.
Oh yeah, whoa. Look, they can never keep me down, I'm going, and if I ever fail, just know.
Let's not shy away from that. Let's all sit on the floor and sing Kumbaya together. The floor, and you rock back and forth. Okay, but that's important in life, okay? And we would like to get to that point. Do we know if we're going to get to that point? Who knows?
Or the negative incentive. I mean, it's going to be very costly for people to take advantage of this country. They can't come in and steal our money and steal our jobs and take our factories and take our businesses and expect not to be punished, and they're being punished by tariffs.
So yeah, you saw another very authentic news conference. He didn't shy away from conflict. He told it as it was. If they're asking a question he doesn't want to do, or what is your stance on this? He's like, I'm not telling you that.
Say it.
Have you spoken with President Xi about this term?
I don't want to tell you that. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Then they're asking something about emails, and it's like, can we stay on focus?
Andrew Cuomo running for New York City mayor.
Will people who don't respond to the emails be fired?
And talk about what's actually important, which is Ukraine, Russia, tariffs, and the investments. That pretty much summed up that conference. I think so. Yeah. There's certain things he's going to tell you and certain things he's not. It's like, you have to admit, he's a little bit more authentic and clear than Biden was with the whole, and Harris with 32 days.
Yeah. Kleptocracy and
Get it, 32 days. Cannot function without a teleprompter. It's like, why did the Liberal Party want that? It's like, you may not have liked Trump, I get that. And if like he wasn't your cup of tea, I get it. But like, why did you want a president who needs a teleprompter to try to function? I don't know. Apparently it's cute today. So yeah, those are my little thoughts on this. And yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and edit this, and I will see you all soon in my next video, and bye!
Oh yeah, whoa, look, they can never keep me down, I'm going, and if I ever fail, just know I'll go again. I never quit, cause I know that every loss may lead to another win. I'm going up. I bet when I land, they gon' tell me it's luck again. See that I'm winning, it's harder to watch. I'm setting the stage, you should give me my props. You ain't got no soul, you lacking the spirit. You talk out your neck, I'ma show you I'm with it. I would really hate for you to sit and watch me win again and win again and win again. I know it's probably getting old, me and win a synonym. So if I ever win again, just know I did the minimum, I didn't have to sell my soul. Oh.